Join us for the Shed Sales Summit, September 22nd in Knoxville, Tennessee. We're going to have a fun-filled day, including Steve Robinson, the former CMO of Chick-fil-A. You won't want to miss this event. Tickets are on sale now at ShedSalesSummit.com. We hope to see you there. This episode is brought to you by JMag. For more than 10 years, JMag has proudly served the shed industry, helping dealers and manufacturers grow through a rent-to-own solution. What makes them different isn't just what they do, it's how they do it. JMag focuses exclusively on the shed industry. That means every decision that's made, every relationship that's built, and every solution created is designed with shed companies in mind. JMag offers more than monthly payment options for your customers. They're your pit crew. Whether you need support, guidance, or someone to help you navigate challenges, they're ready to jump in and help and keep your business firing on all cylinders. When you're ready to take your business to the next level, drive with JMag. To learn more, go to jmagllc.com, and we would like to thank JMag for sponsoring this episode. And welcome back to another episode of the Simply Shed Talk Live, where we come to you live from the shed industry. And I am coming to you live from the industry today. Today we are at Boyle Sheds, my nephew's lot. We're paying him a visit here up in Leesburg, Florida today. And of course, I am joined with Peter Miller. Peter, where are you calling in from today?
I'm calling in from the home base. I'm at home today, and so I'm calling in here and looking forward to today's topic and who we're going to talk to and what we're going to talk about. And then, of course, if anybody calls in from the shed community, we always like wild cards and being able to go off topic and be able to just talk about the shed industry that I think you and I are both passionate about.
Yes, absolutely. Before we get too far, if you want to follow us and be notified when we're live, go to Simply Shed Talk Facebook page, follow the page, click notifications. You will get notified when we go live. We also have a YouTube channel as well. We also share on many of the dealer groups on Facebook that so graciously allow us to share on their page. We appreciate the support from the shed industry. And lastly, wherever you're watching on YouTube, Facebook, or on a group, there's a link there in the description. If you click that link, it'll actually bring you up backstage. We can bring you on the air here to introduce yourself, ask a question, join the conversation, advertise your business, anything that has to do with the shed industry. We would be more than welcome to have you on. You can join anytime you want, or you can comment live. If you comment on any of the platforms that you're watching right now, we will see your comment, and we will answer that question or just appreciate your support. But last thing before we get started is the Shed Sales Summit is coming up September 22nd in Knoxville, Tennessee. We are excited about that. It is going to be at the Makers Exchange in Knoxville, Tennessee. You can get your tickets at ShedSalesSummit.com. I know it's a lot of S's, but ShedSalesSummit.com. And we hope to see you there. I know we've been selling a lot of tickets in the last couple of days. We're excited about who's coming, the panelists we're going to have. Mm-hmm. But without further ado, we have a very special guest today calling in. We're going to bring you on stage here in just a second.
Technical difficulties.
Yeah, this is the thing about going live. Oh. You got to figure out how to do this. There we go. Look at that technology. Hey.
Hi, guys.
Hey, Carolyn. It's good to have you here on the show, and thank you for getting on here and talking with us. We definitely are honored to have you on the show, and definitely have enjoyed our friendship over the last year as we've grown that and been able to talk back and forth about the shed industry. I know you've been in it pretty much, I think, your whole life almost.
Pretty much. Yep.
So Andrew, real quick, I know on this, I think your mic, whenever it goes on there, it does feedback. So just for FYI, it does feedback if you don't mute on there.
Okay. Well, there is no relationship, even though they share the last name. But I got a chance to meet Carolyn at the show, and great conversations. I know, been talking with Peter a lot. But if you kind of introduce yourself, what you do, and let everybody know that maybe that hasn't met you. I'm sure a lot of people have. A little about what you do and your background.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. First of all, thank you so much, guys, for allowing this opportunity to be here on the platform with you guys, and also, just to with the whole shed industry. Yes, I lived and breathed it for all of my life. My dad started doing sheds, I think, when I was 17, somewhere in that, maybe even a little bit younger than that. um, and I've been in the shed industry ever since. Been a part of, my brother started his own business then, and I was working for him for 18 years, really heading up the company from, I think when I joined in 2006, we were around 500,000. And I think our highest point was at 15 million, something like that. So taking it from ground floor to building a business up, opened up brand new locations, ran my own dealership for a while there, and then I stepped more into the role as the in with the company as growing the business, tools, systems, processes, and strategy behind what is it going to take to actually grow sales.
Mhm.
From there to, managing 8 locations throughout the state of Missouri into Illinois and Kansas as well. And, yeah, overseeing those lots and making sales happen was a large part of what I did, as well as, the infrastructure behind it. So even though I was on the front end growing sales, and the business takes a lot of systems and processes. When I say a lot of systems and processes to actually be effective.
Yes.
So I was really involved, very deeply involved, just because of my technical skills, was very deeply involved in setting up those systems and those processes, which is kind of what led me to where I'm at today, honestly.
And if I can interject real quick here,
Mhm.
I know this is what's so exciting to me is like I know we have 5 locations that we run and operate across 2 different
Mhm.
states. When I guess it's a whole new level of gratitude. Maybe it's just understanding like if you're covering 8 different locations across all those different states, and you says systems and processes and making sure the little intricacies are taken care of.
Mhm.
Um, until you get to that point where you're running multiple locations and you're doing that, there is not the level of understanding that until you've done it, so that
Yeah,
you can kind of
right.
realize that. But I'm sorry, you were getting right to the top of the what you guys have going on over there with
Yeah.
your business.
No, absolutely. And I wanted to really share with everybody on like where I came from, because I want to talk a little bit more about that before I actually dive into what where we're at now at CSM Synergy, Structure Studio, Streamline Construction Systems. I want to talk a little bit about the frustrations, because to those of you out there, builders, business owners, and especially builders, because that's the background where I came from. I know the frustrations. I think one of my biggest frustration was, especially as we, develop into the age of technology, and there's so many softwares out there. But back then there was no software for, doing any shed quoting, any of that. So I ended up creating a spreadsheet, a very intricate shed spreadsheet with thousands of lines of code that integrated with a CRM. and because that's what we needed. And anyway, so that was back 2013 when that happened. But I want to talk about my frustrations, because when I looked into software, what I discovered and what was so frustrating was that there was no software that really did everything that you need in the shed industry. And back then, there wasn't even a software that did quoting. But then I ended up, integrating softwares, because you got a software over here and a software over here and a software over here, multiple different softwares going. And
So
go ahead. Go ahead.
when you say back then, when did you start this process of the coding and all that fun stuff?
2013. 2013 was when, I started using Excel for actually writing up, doing a printout to do a handwritten quote back in 2008 is when I started that. And by 2013, I was using that same and actually doing the quoting. I just have to throw this in there. This is 2008. I never touched a computer until 2003. So anyway, just gotta throw that little thing in
You're a
there.
quick learner.
I grew up Amish, didn't have any computers, so 2003 is the first time I ever, touched a computer, and by 13, I guess I'm doing some coding. Anyway,
Wow.
it's a little bit background there. But I will say this, I think what created it was the need. Like I understood how software can help, but when it wasn't out there, I'm like, how can we get there? So that's where it took there. So anyway, 2013 is when I first did that. But I want to bring it to Structure Studio today. So Structure Studio today was really honestly a dream from 2013. I was like, I really want to bring this to the shed industry, because I understand the frustrations of not a system. First, no system, okay? Handwritten, all of that. And then a system here, but now you got to go over here for this one, and then over here for this one, but then over here for this, and an Excel sheet and some duct tape, and, just kind of all that stuff. And one of the big things in my career there was learning the importance of systems and processes.
Mhm.
And when you have proper systems in place, when you have proper processes in place for your systems, so both of those run together, then your people can run your business.
Mhm.
But if you don't have those in place, you can't. So anyway, fast forward, 2 years ago, I started a CSM Synergy, which is really just completely focused on helping the construction world grow their businesses. Because I lived it and I breathed it and I walked it, and it was hard sometimes. And so anyway, 2013, 2 years ago, I started that CSM Synergy, just helping other shed companies, and honestly, Structure Studio came out of a combined dream of mine from 2013, and then having a client that says, I want a simple way to do this. And I said, yeah, tell me more. Really taking his vision, my expertise of what I've done in the past before, and Structure Studio was born. And it was very exciting for me, especially, we did a lot of testing in the onset of it, maybe 2 months or so of trying to work out all the kinks. And then the first day that I knew that he was actually using this, I got a text from him at 10:30 that said, I just sold my first shed through Structure Studio. I'm like, wow, okay. And by 1:30, he sent me another text and said, I sold 2 more. I'm like, Yes, that's
There
what
you
I'm
go.
talking about. 3 sales in the first day. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's a very simple process. Structure Studio is a very simple way of doing an actual floor plan, the whole entire order, having the customer sign and pay for it, all in one.
Mhm.
Um, and that's where we're at right now on it. 3D is in the works. It is coming. I'm hoping to have that come ready to use by the Shed Sales Summit, which I'm going to be there. So I'm hoping to have that ready. 3D is the goal, is to have that rolling within the software as well. But I want to talk about another thing that has probably been um I think probably every shed builder faces this. How do I know where my profit margins actually are on my sheds? And every year we have to look at our prices and just kind of do this guess of raising the price or not. Obviously you have to look at your profits and all of that. What I don't know if this is most, but I'm really excited about that we're also building out in here is actual lumber lists to go with every size and style.
Mm. Okay.
So there's not this guessing of what are my prices. You can know as a shed builder exactly where your profit margins are all the time. You can update your lumber pricing every day if you want. I don't really suggest that. But you can update your pricing, I would suggest, once a month or once a quarter, which means not this yearly. What you see in the shed industry is yearly, or, maybe sometime during COVID, it was weekly price changes, but to where it's just real time pricing. So
Yeah.
I'm really excited about that because I really think that's one of the big things that is missing in the shed industry right now, and
So
I think it
question,
can really help people. Yes, go ahead.
sorry to interrupt there, but so if a builder is using this, is this Structure Studio, is it for both the builder and the dealer where they're doing the forward-facing sales? Do they integrate together so they're talking back and forth?
Yes.
And if you're reading that data, if you're putting in your lumber prices, let's just say monthly,
Mhm,
if you're doing that, you can adjust accordingly. I know, like, we do the sales, the forward facing
mhm,
sales, and we get
mhm.
that phone call or that email that says, hey guys, sorry, but we're gonna have to raise prices. We're like, oh man. And we use a 3D configurator. We use
Mhm,
Shed Pro as our
mhm,
3D configurator, and so it
mhm.
automatically feeds into our pricing. It puts it up, but it's just one of those things where Structure Studios is able to do that same thing. If you punch in numbers on the back end, it'll change the pricing on the
Right.
studio. Okay,
Mhm.
nice.
Yeah, and it won't be this dreaded call
Mhm.
of, "Oh, we're 10% higher." Because 'Cause I'm telling you, I had a conversation with a shed builder just the earlier this spring, and he's like, "Man, I really think we need to raise our prices by 10%." And he's just struggling with even doing it because, man, what's it going to do to sales? And I said, listen, it's a mental thing. Your customer that came in today that's looking at pricing doesn't, that's the price today. Tomorrow you're going to have another customer that comes in and looks at the price, and now he doesn't know that it was 10% less yesterday if you don't tell him. So
Mhm.
it's our mindset
Mhm.
more than the customer. And I find that to be so true. I remember having price increases and having to, mentally walk through salespeople through that process. So the goal here is the price is the price. And as lumber, this is how much lumber we have in it, and this is what our costs are. So it's not even so much that we're looking at a cheaper price or a less price. Everybody can know this is real time.
Mhm.
This is just where it is.
Yeah, absolutely. It's kind of like the price of a pickup truck, from 5 years ago. It's just crazy the difference. But sheds have
Mhm,
obviously have gone up, but not as much, I would think.
mhm,
But it's all about selling the quality, the construction, the what makes yours better, and not so
mhm.
much the price. But a question on your process and your setup: would this be mainly for like dealers, manufacturers, both? Who would it cater more? And what would it? I know you mentioned a few things that it's going to solve, like the lumber prices and stuff like that. But what are some other big things that I guess you're trying to solve or you're excited about, and you know, kind of
Mhm,
those
mhm.
maybe your top three things that you would point out. We have the lumber, which is great.
Yeah. Well, I think the main thing is a streamlined system to where you don't have multiple different places and, what is over here, even if you have more than one thing, that it's not that they're fed together. I think streamlining the processes and simple to use. I
Mhm.
think those two things are the main focus on it. And I think I my experiences, and other people might tell me it's completely different, but I find that it's nice. Customers like seeing the 3D view of their building, but I haven't seen it that the shed industry has cracked the code yet where it's easy for and customers go online and they really understand how that 3D designer works and they work their whole way through and buy it. I think there's some missing things in there, and quite honestly, I'm still navigating through what all those missing links are. But simplicity for the user, for the dealer, and simplicity for the customer. So I'm looking at taking a little bit of a different approach to it. For sure, one of the things that is possible, you sit with a customer, you design 3 different kinds of buildings. Customer walks out of the door, doesn't buy today. They wanna look at it. They can log in and see all of their own designs, just by using their first name, by using their name and their phone number. They get a one-time passcode, and now they can see all their designs.
So
And they can look at it, not just this hand copy. Oh yeah, I can't see that anymore. How did that look?
mhm.
Without having to go back and redesign it. So that is one of the big focuses as well. Go ahead,
So
Peter.
question, and sorry, we're just pounding you away with questions here,
It's okay.
but curious on that. If somebody's watching this and they're like, man, I wanna be able to get a little more info. I wanna do a demo or something like that. First off, how would they reach out to you?
Mhm,
Phone
mhm.
number, email address, how would they reach out to you? We'll start with that and then
Fantastic. Yes, you can call me, text me at 816-300-3600. That's one way of doing it. You can go on the website, structurestudioapp.com. You learn more about what's there now, what's coming. You can book for a demo on the website where I'll walk you through, show you kind of the back end, how easy it is to set it up. I mean, you could be up and going. I don't have any setup fees, I'll be honest with you, because I built it so easy for setup, where you can do your own setup. There's no setup fee to get started because of that. So, but I can walk you through how easy it is for the back end. But on the website, if you go to the website, you can also do a you can do a live view of it, of the front end of it. Fill out a quote, see how it works on the front end. You can do that from the website as well. But yes,
and that was structurestudioapp.com.
mm-hmm.
Okay.
structurestudioapp.com.
So you brought up kind of what I was going to ask a little bit, and I know each customer, each client is probably going to be a little bit different. Maybe I'm just assuming here,
Mm-hmm.
but you said you have no setup fees because the customer kind of sets it up themselves to their unique setting. Is it a monthly? Is it a yearly? How does that work if they wanted
Yes.
to use Structure Studio?
Yeah, absolutely. So you can see that on the website too. It's $195 a month, or you can pay $19.50 a year. And right now, we're in you get founding price. If you want to start join in now, we're still building out a lot of the components that are still coming beyond what I'm even talking about here now. But because of that, the price that you get in at the founding price is going to go up, I'm sure, probably, but your price is going to stay locked in. So anybody
Gotcha.
that comes in now, because I really do need feedback. This is not I'm not just building it as a fathom of imagination of what it could be. I want real feet on the ground and saying, look, I need it to do this,
Hmm.
so we can change it and make it do what they want. So really, those people coming in right now are, they're going to get a lot of say in, how it
They'll
needs
shape
to
it.
help shape it, help finalize the shape of it. Yes, 100%. Yep.
I find
But
it interesting that
go
there's
ahead.
so many I don't know what you would call systems, maybe, in the shed industry that have started similar to this, so where it's just, hey, we have this problem, we fix it for ourselves, and then we say
Mhm.
maybe somebody else can use this
Mhm.
in the shed industry as well. I think
Mhm.
Andrew's got a comment there. It looks like he's itching to say something.
No, no. But it seems like always the best product comes from like yourself when you see that need, growing up in the business, working, with your brother, and then you kind of cultivate that, and then you turn it into this is actually a product that we think we should bring to market and help people. So those are always like the best ideas, and you can just see your excitement on, getting the yeah. I think you said you're most excited about a couple different points, but
I
it
know,
shows
right?
your
How can I be
it,
most excited about a couple different things?
yeah, but it shows your excitement, and when you see business like startups like yourself, and I mean this, you're not a startup, but this particular one is,
Mhm.
it's
Mhm.
those are the ones that are usually going to make the most, impact because you're so passionate about it,
Mhm.
and not
Mhm.
just making it to make money. You're making it to make a difference in your business, your brother's business. I know you have a lot of connections in the shed world,
Mhm.
and it's just crazy how small the shed world is. I mean, how big it is, but then at the
How
end of the
big?
day, how small it is. I mean, it's just crazy to think, when you go out and about, we've been out and about traveling to different lots. Today we're in North Florida, and it's just who you meet and like, yeah, I know them and I know, of them. And
Mhm.
so with all your connections and your feedback, I'm sure the product is going to be great. I am going to go look at that as soon as this call is over. And you said that was structurestudioapp.com.
That's correct. Yes.
Okay. There you go. Well, I encourage the listeners to go out there, check it out, give your feedback. Help her, build the industry to be better, and that's what it's all about. It's not about competition or anything like that. It's about helping the industry become better, streamline your process, to steal one of your lines, and to make it
Yeah.
simple. We like that. We like making it simple. Um, but how long do you? I know you said September was your goal for the 3D configurator,
Mhm.
the Shed Seal Summit. What is your goal to have? I know you said you're still building out a lot of maybe the backside of it. What's your goal to? When we all know in business you'll probably never be done, right?
Yeah,
But
right.
what's your goal to have it all rolled out?
So well, it's rollout ready now for people to use already. I'm getting feedback again.
There you go. You got to mute your mic there, Andrew.
Ready to roll out now. I already have some using it already. But the 3D for sure by September. But potentially the shop schedule, delivery schedule, all of that. I'm hoping to at least have some of that done and ready. Maybe even have that ready by September. The next couple of like
Oh, it cut
I think
off
your
there.
mic got muted there. Something happened.
Something. Can you hear me there, Andrew?
Yeah, I can hear you, Peter. I can't hear.
So technical difficulties on
yeah.
that.
Technical difficulties of going live, but this is our unashamed plug for the Shed Sale Summit, September 22nd in Knoxville, Tennessee. The Makers Exchange. Go to ShedSaleSummit.com. You will see a lot of people there. Also, they'll have some booths there, along with Miss Carolyn will be there as well with hers. So we encourage you to come. I don't know if your mic's fixed there or not. It is not. We still can't hear you.
Let's see here.
Also, don't forget, February 22nd through 25th, we have the National Shed Show. We'll be located in Daytona Beach, directly on the beach. We are super excited about that. Go to nationalshedshow.com. If you were there a couple days ago, we did have some issues with our site. The hosting platform I had was not prepared to handle the traffic that we've been getting. It is back up now. The booth map is up, so you can go on there and reserve your booth, see the map, get the best booth spot. But that'll be February 22nd through 25th, Daytona Beach, Florida, on the beach in February. We hope to see we hope to see everybody there. But are you back now? I seen you disconnected and reconnected.
No, it's still not.
Okay.
See your lips moving, but we're going to have to probably catch this on another episode, possibly. Well,
and don't forget. Go ahead, Peter.
Thank you to Carolyn for coming on here. StructureStudioApp.com. And then, Andrew, I know you had her phone number on there, but you can go StructureStudioApp.com, 816-300-3600. Reach out to Carolyn. She'll be able to help you in looking to get Structure Studio in your dealership or in your manufacturing plant. And we definitely hope that helps Carolyn and also the shed industry to be able to move your businesses forward. And also we want to say, like Andrew said, Shed Sale Summit tickets are still, you can get tickets on sale with code USA250. You'll save yourself a good amount of money there on those. Use that code while it's still available on ShedSaleSummit.com. And I want to shout out JMag again. They've been really an encouragement to myself, to the Shed Sale Summit, and to the shed industry, being able to push us forward. I would say they're definitely boundary pushers. Maybe not. I don't know if breakers would be the right word, but they push everything to make everybody go a little bit further in their shed businesses, and we're very thankful for their support and what they do in this industry.
Absolutely. We will see you guys in September 22nd in Knoxville, Tennessee for the Shed Sale Summit. Thank you guys so much for joining. We will see you guys again next week. Don't forget, go to Simply Shed Talk Facebook page. Turn the notifications on, and you will get notified when we go live. Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you next week.